You've heard the advice 1,000 times, perhaps from a concerned professional or a well-meaning family member. You need to walk to lower your blood pressure. For millions, this simple recommendation feels like an impossible command. The very thought of it brings a familiar ache to the knees, a tightness in the chest, or the discouraging memory of gasping for air after just a few minutes. This isn't laziness. It's a physical barrier that turns sound advice into a source of frustration and guilt. Every step can feel like a battle, and when the numbers on the monitor barely budge, a sense of hopelessness begins to set in. It creates a dangerous cycle. The inability to exercise leads to greater reliance on medication, which, while essential, feels like a passive solution to an active, internal threat. This feeling of being trapped is a silent struggle for so many who want to do more but feel their own body is working against them. This daily frustration slowly builds into a quiet, gnawing anxiety. You look at the prescription bottle on your counter and know it's a critical lifeline, yet you can't shake the feeling that it's not the whole story. It feels like you're a passenger in your own health journey, delegating control to a pill while a deeper issue goes unaddressed. This internal conflict is exhausting, leaving you to wonder if you're doing enough. The fear isn't just about the numbers, it's about the future. It's the unsettling feeling of playing a high-stakes game with your own heart, where ignoring the problem or failing to find a sustainable solution could have irreversible consequences. This silent pressure, the one that builds inside your mind and your arteries, is often more damaging than the physical symptoms because it erodes your sense of control and your hope for a vibrant, active life. But what if the most common advice isn't the only answer? What if the struggle isn't a sign of personal failure, but a sign that you need a different strategy, one that honors your body's current limitations instead of fighting them? There is a powerful physiological mechanism, a secret your body holds, that doesn't require a single step. It's a method that can be performed while sitting in a chair, a technique that works by activating a natural process within your blood vessels to help them relax and become more flexible. This isn't a miracle cure, but a piece of fundamental knowledge about your own biology that has been overlooked for far too long. Your body is communicating, sending signals of distress, but it also holds the key to its own relief. You are about to learn the language it speaks. This knowledge empowers you to become an active participant in your own well-being, moving from a place of frustration to one of proactive care. It's about understanding that taking care of your heart doesn't have to be a journey of painful sacrifice. Sometimes, the most profound changes begin not with a grueling walk, but with a quiet, intentional action you can take right where you are. Almost no one was taught how to listen to these subtle signals or how to unlock these internal systems. Until now. Before we continue and reveal this simple but powerful technique, take a moment to write in the comments where you are watching from and subscribe to the channel. Here, we explore the silent signs your body sends that no one ever taught you how to read. To understand why walking can feel like an insurmountable challenge, we must first look deeper than the legs and lungs. The real issue often lies hidden within the vast, silent network of your blood vessels. Imagine your circulatory system is like a complex irrigation system for a garden, with the heart as the pump and the arteries as the hoses. In a healthy system, these hoses are soft, flexible, and elastic, allowing blood to flow smoothly with minimal effort from the pump. However, over time, due to various lifestyle and biological factors, these hoses can lose their pliability. They become stiff and narrow, almost like old, brittle garden hoses left out in the sun for too long. This rigidity means the heart must pump with significantly more force to push blood through the system, and that increased force is what registers as high blood pressure. It's not a failure of effort. It's a problem of internal mechanics. This stiffening process, known as arterial stiffness, is the quiet culprit behind the struggle. When your arteries are rigid, every heartbeat sends a jarring pressure wave through your body, instead of being gently absorbed by flexible vessel walls. This creates a state of constant, low-grade internal stress. It's why even a simple activity like walking can feel so demanding. Your body is already working overtime just to maintain basic circulation. The heart is fighting against a resistant system, much like trying to force water through a clogged pipe. This constant battle for blood flow is exhausting, leading to that feeling of breathlessness and fatigue. The frustrating numbers on the blood pressure monitor are merely a symptom, an external signal of this internal struggle between a powerful pump and an unyielding network of hardened vessels. The solution, therefore, isn't just about making the pump work harder. But what if there was a way to communicate directly with these vessels, to encourage them to relax without the high-impact strain of aerobic exercise? The body possesses an incredible built-in mechanism for this, and it's activated not by movement, but by stillness. This is the principle behind isometric exercise, a sustained muscle contraction where the muscle tenses but doesn't actually change length. Think of pressing your palms firmly together in front of your chest or pushing your foot against an immovable wall. There is no joint movement, no pounding on the pavement, just a steady, controlled tension. This simple action initiates a profound biological cascade. You are about to understand the beautiful science behind how this gentle pressure can speak to your entire circulatory system in a language it understands. The process begins with a temporary and controlled restriction. When you hold a muscle in a static contraction, for example, by squeezing your thigh muscles while seated, you are gently compressing the small blood vessels within that muscle. This is like lightly stepping on that garden hose, momentarily reducing the flow of water to that specific section. For the duration of the contraction, the blood supply to that area is limited. Your body immediately senses this change. It's a safe, short-term challenge that doesn't strain the heart in the same way as running or climbing stairs. Instead, it acts as a signal, preparing the local vascular system for a unique and powerful response once the pressure is released. This brief moment of tension is the key that unlocks a remarkable natural process. And then, the magic happens. The moment you relax the muscle, the compressed vessels spring open. This release triggers a rapid and powerful rush of blood back into the area, a phenomenon known as reactive hyperemia. This sudden surge of blood flow acts as a physical stimulus to the inner lining of your arteries, a delicate layer of cells called the endothelium. In response to this mechanical whoosh of blood, these endothelial cells are prompted to produce and release a remarkable molecule, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is one of the body's most potent vasodilators. It's a natural signaling gas that tells the smooth muscle bands wrapped around your arteries to relax and widen, making the entire vessel more open and flexible. It's the body's own internal medicine for relaxing constricted pathways. This release of nitric oxide is not just a momentary effect. Consistent practice of this contract and release cycle essentially trains your endothelium to become more efficient at producing this crucial molecule. Think of it as reawakening a dormant function. Each session is like a gentle workout for your blood vessels, encouraging them to shed their stiffness and regain their natural elasticity. Over time, this improved endothelial function can contribute to a more flexible and responsive circulatory system overall. The garden hose, once stiff and brittle, starts to become more pliable again, allowing blood to flow with less resistance. This means the heart doesn't have to work as hard, which can help in maintaining healthier blood pressure levels. You are essentially helping your body restore its own finely tuned regulatory system. This is the profound secret held within your own physiology. The path to supporting your cardiovascular health doesn't always have to be a strenuous, painful journey. It can begin quietly, in a chair, with a simple, intentional action that works in harmony with your body's design. Instead of forcing an already strained system, you are inviting it to relax from the inside out. This approach bypasses the joint pain and breathlessness that make traditional exercise so difficult, offering a powerful and accessible tool for anyone feeling trapped. It's a shift from battling your body to partnering with it, using its own brilliant chemistry to foster resilience and restore balance. Understanding this mechanism is the first step toward regaining a sense of control and hope. So, how do we translate this profound biological secret into a simple daily practice? The solution lies in a technique that requires no equipment, no special clothing, and can be done while sitting in your favorite chair. This is the application of isometric exercise, a form of gentle, static muscle contraction. The goal is not to build bulging muscles, but to send a clear, powerful signal to your blood vessels. Think of it as a quiet conversation with your circulatory system. By integrating a few minutes of this intentional practice into your day, perhaps while watching television, reading a book, or even during a pause from work at your desk. You begin a process of re-educating your arteries. You are providing them with the exact stimulus they need to remember their natural, flexible state, fostering resilience from within in a way that is both accessible and deeply effective. Here is how you can begin. Sit upright in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and your back supported. You can perform this in several ways, but a simple starting point is to press the palms of your hands firmly together in front of your chest, as if in prayer. Another option is to sit facing a wall and press the soles of your feet against it. The key is not to exert maximum force. Instead, aim for a moderate, sustained contraction, about 30 to 50% of your total strength. Hold this steady tension for a designated period, perhaps starting with what feels comfortable and manageable. During this hold, the magic is happening. You are creating that temporary compression. This is followed by a period of complete relaxation, allowing that revitalizing rush of blood to flow, signaling the release of nitric oxide. However, there is one rule that is absolutely critical for safety and effectiveness. You must continue to breathe. The natural tendency when exerting force is to hold your breath, a reaction known as the Valsalva maneuver. This action dramatically increases pressure inside your chest and can cause a dangerous spike in blood pressure, completely defeating the purpose of the exercise. Instead, you must focus on maintaining a slow, steady, and natural breathing rhythm throughout the entire contraction. Inhale calmly through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Your breath should be a constant, peaceful anchor. Forgetting to breathe is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It works directly against your goal. Conscious, continuous breathing ensures the practice remains a gentle, therapeutic stimulus, not a source of strain. Consider the story of a 68-year-old woman who found walking difficult due to persistent knee discomfort. The advice to get more exercise felt like a frustrating dead end. She learned about this seated technique and began incorporating it into her morning routine. While she had her first cup of tea, she would perform a few cycles of gently squeezing a softball between her knees, holding the contraction while breathing deeply and then fully relaxing. It wasn't a workout, it was a ritual. Over time, she noticed she felt less tension in her body overall. For her, this simple habit became a source of empowerment. It was a tangible action she could take every single day, giving her a sense of proactive control over her well-being that she hadn't felt in years, reminding her that supporting her health didn't have to involve pain. To enhance the effects of this practice, we can add another foundational habit: conscious hydration. Your blood is over 90% water. When you are even mildly dehydrated, your blood volume can decrease, making it thicker and more viscous. Think of your heart as a motor that has to pump oil. It works far more efficiently when the oil is clean and fluid than when it's thick and sludgy. Similarly, a well-hydrated body allows blood to flow more freely through your vessels, reducing the strain on your heart. This doesn't mean forcing down large amounts of water at once. Instead, cultivate the simple habit of keeping a water bottle nearby and taking small sips throughout the day. This consistent intake helps maintain optimal blood consistency, making it a perfect partner for an exercise focused on improving vascular flow. Finally, we pair this physical practice with a technique that directly addresses the nervous system's role in blood pressure regulation: diaphragmatic breathing. Often, chronic stress keeps the body in a state of high alert, governed by the sympathetic fight-or-flight nervous system, which can constrict blood vessels. Slow, deep belly breathing activates the opposing parasympathetic rest and digest system, sending a powerful signal of safety and calm throughout the body. To practice, simply place one hand on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, feeling your abdomen expand. Then, exhale even more slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. This simple act, repeated for just a few minutes, can help soothe an overactive stress response, creating an internal environment of tranquility that supports cardiovascular health. These 3 pillars, seated isometric holds, mindful hydration, and diaphragmatic breathing, work together in beautiful synergy. The isometric exercise directly stimulates your blood vessels to become more flexible. Proper hydration ensures your blood flows smoothly through those newly relaxed pathways. And deep breathing calms the master control system, your nervous system, reducing the background stress that contributes to vascular tension. This is how you begin to build a robust foundation for long-term well-being. You are not just addressing a number on a monitor. You are nurturing the entire ecosystem of your circulatory health. This integrated approach restores a sense of control, proving that profound changes can begin with the smallest, most gentle, and consistent actions. While this gentle approach offers a powerful new path, its effectiveness can be easily sabotaged by a few common but critical mistakes. The most dangerous error is believing that more force equals better results. This often leads to straining with maximum effort and, crucially, holding your breath. This instinctual reaction, known as the Valsalva maneuver, dramatically increases pressure inside your chest and can cause a sharp, dangerous spike in blood pressure, the very thing you are trying to manage. The correction is to shift your mindset from power to persistence. Aim for a moderate, sustained contraction, only about 30 to 50% of your maximum strength. The true accelerator here is to synchronize your breath with the practice. As you hold the tension, maintain a slow, steady exhale. This simple act not only prevents the pressure spike, but also activates your body's relaxation response, amplifying the benefits. Another frequent misconception is viewing this practice as a replacement for other essential components of your health plan. It is a profound mistake to think this seated exercise can substitute for prescribed medication or the unique benefits of aerobic activity like walking. Medication is a non-negotiable cornerstone of care determined by a professional, while walking improves metabolic health and cardiovascular endurance in ways that static exercises do not. The consequence of this error is a false sense of security that can undermine your overall progress. The proper approach is to see this as a complementary tool, an addition, not a subtraction. An effective accelerator is to stack your habits. On days you feel able, perform a few minutes of these isometric holds before a gentle walk. This can help prime the blood vessels, potentially making the walk feel less strenuous and more fluid. Many people also fall into the trap of equating effort with effectiveness, believing that if they don't feel sore or exhausted, the exercise isn't working. This mindset can lead to pushing the body too hard, causing unnecessary strain or leading to burnout and abandonment of the practice altogether. The goal here is not muscular fatigue, it is consistent vascular stimulation. The correction is to focus on the quality of the contraction and the feeling of release, not on the intensity of the strain. You should feel a controlled tension, never pain. The accelerator is to bring mindfulness into the practice. Instead of mentally gritting your teeth, turn your attention inward. Feel the gentle warmth as the muscle engages, and then pay close attention to the sensation of the blood rushing back into the area upon release. This deepens the mind-body connection and transforms the exercise into a restorative ritual. Perhaps the most subtle saboteur is inconsistency. Performing these exercises sporadically, only when you remember or when you feel particularly concerned about a blood pressure reading, will not yield lasting benefits. Your circulatory system adapts to consistent stimuli over time. Think of it like tending a garden. Sporadic watering will not produce a healthy, resilient plant. The benefits to your endothelial function are cumulative and require a regular, predictable signal to truly take hold and create change. The simplest correction is to anchor this new practice to an existing daily habit. For example, commit to doing a few cycles while your morning coffee brews or during the first commercial break of a favorite evening show. An accelerator is to place a simple visual cue, like a small, smooth stone, by your favorite chair. This serves as a gentle, zero-pressure reminder to honor your commitment to yourself. It is also critically important to listen to your body and never push through warning signs. The mistake of ignoring signals like dizziness, chest discomfort, or disproportionate shortness of breath can have severe consequences. These are not signs of a good workout. They are urgent messages that your cardiovascular system is under excessive strain. Pushing through these feelings is a dangerous gamble. The correction is absolute and simple. If you experience any of these symptoms, you must stop immediately. An accelerator for this situation is to turn a moment of caution into a proactive moment of care. After stopping, sit quietly and practice several rounds of slow, diaphragmatic breathing. This helps calm the nervous system, allows your body to return to a state of balance, and provides a moment to assess how you are feeling without judgment. Finally, the most encompassing error is isolation. Believing this single technique is a magic bullet while ignoring the ecosystem of your health. You cannot out-exercise poor sleep, a diet high in processed foods, or chronic, unmanaged stress. The benefits of this practice will be constantly undermined if other lifestyle factors are actively working against your goals. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a large hole in the bottom. The correction is to embrace a holistic view, recognizing that your isometric holds, hydration, and breathing are all part of one interconnected system. A powerful accelerator is to prioritize sleep hygiene. Simply creating a screen-free hour before bed can significantly improve sleep quality, which is fundamental for regulating blood pressure and allowing for vascular repair. This one change amplifies every other positive effort you make throughout the day. Imagine, for a moment, a morning that doesn't begin with a sigh of apprehension before checking your blood pressure. Picture waking up feeling not a heavy sense of obligation, but a quiet sense of calm. The change begins subtly. It's a feeling of lightness in your limbs, a deeper, more restorative night's sleep, and a newfound sense of partnership with your body instead of a feeling of constant battle. This transformation isn't born from grueling, painful effort, but from the consistent application of gentle, intelligent care. By honoring your body's limitations and working with its innate systems, you begin to rewrite your health story. The focus shifts from a number on a screen to the feeling of vitality within, a quiet confidence that grows with each intentional breath and each moment of mindful practice, proving that profound strength can be cultivated from a place of stillness. This shift from anxiety to agency is the true reward. The constant, gnawing worry that once occupied the back of your mind starts to recede, replaced by the reassuring knowledge that you are taking proactive, meaningful steps every single day. The reliance on medication, while still a crucial part of your care plan, no longer feels like a passive surrender. Instead, it becomes one tool in a much larger, more empowering toolkit that you control. You are no longer just a passenger on your health journey. You are an active participant, a collaborator with your own physiology. This internal shift is monumental, fostering a resilience that extends far beyond the physical, helping you navigate life's challenges with a more centered and peaceful mind, knowing you are nurturing your well-being from the inside out. And this internal balance inevitably blossoms outward, touching every aspect of your daily life. It's the renewed energy to engage in a hobby you once thought was too demanding, or the simple pleasure of taking a leisurely stroll without the familiar dread of discomfort. It's being fully present with your loved ones, your mind free from the persistent shadow of health concerns. This is the ultimate promise we've been exploring, not just the management of a condition, but the enhancement of a life. When you support your body's foundational systems, your circulation, your nervous system, your hydration, you are not just aiming for better numbers. You are investing in more vibrant days, more peaceful nights, and a future filled with more possibility and less limitation. The journey to this renewed sense of well-being does not require a giant leap. It begins with a single, gentle step that you can take right now from the very chair you are sitting in. The power is not in the magnitude of the action, but in the consistency of your commitment to yourself. So, the most important question is not what you have done in the past, but what you will do now. What is the one small, compassionate change you can introduce into your routine today? Will it be 3 minutes of conscious, deep breathing? Will it be placing a glass of water within arm's reach? Or will it be trying one gentle cycle of a seated isometric hold? Choose one thing, and let that be the start of your quiet revolution. Remember that your body possesses an incredible, innate wisdom and a profound capacity for balance. The knowledge you've gained is about learning to listen to that wisdom and provide the right conditions for it to flourish. It's about moving away from a mindset of fighting your body and toward one of nurturing it. You hold the power to influence your health in ways that are both gentle and deeply effective. This path is one of hope, empowerment, and self-respect, reminding you that every small, consistent act of care is a powerful investment in your long-term vitality. The control you have been searching for has been within you all along, waiting to be unlocked not by force, but by understanding. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not provide medical advice or treatment. The techniques discussed are designed to be complementary strategies and should not replace any prescribed medication or guidance from your healthcare provider. True and lasting health decisions require a partnership between you and a trusted professional who understands your unique medical history and needs. Before beginning this or any new exercise or wellness practice, it is essential that you consult with a qualified professional to ensure it is safe and appropriate for you. Your health is your most valuable asset. Please treat it with the expert care it deserves.